Shalom. Ma'at Hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. My name is Vicki Dillard, and I'm a very proud contributor right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com, the network for melanated women. And we know our brothers are holding us down just like you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the podcast. We are so pleased that you are with us today. We have much to discuss. As you come in, beloved, please come in giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. It does not appear that the notifications have gone out, but we believe at the right time, the right people will hear this podcast. You can help us by liking and sharing and subscribing. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Vicki Show right here on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. Black family, also, I want you to make sure that you text the word Queens with you to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Thank you so very much. And I want to say shout out to my Instagram family. And I want to invite you, Instagram, to get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. because I'm getting ready to get into our most important topic today. Even though the individual that I'm discussing is frankly an unidentified flying object. Somebody talk black to me. But I'm going to explain to you why this thing is flying around. This thing by the name of Billy Porter. I'm going to explain to you a bit about that. Are you all ready? Are you all ready? So I want us to get ready to get into that. And then the last part of the show, I want to debrief the family, or shall I say brief you on a few things that I think is important for us to know. Thank you so very much. So Instagram, I want you to get ready to come on over Instagram to FlyNubianQueenTV.com in just a second here. Instagram, get ready to come on over to FlyNubianQueenTV.com. By the way, Black family, you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Listen. I want you to know that the phrase, the term homophobia is a lie. I want you to know that the word, the phrase homophobia and what it evokes in one's mind and consciousness is a lie. The phrase was invented as a tool to distract and to restrict Black people. It was invented to make it appear that there was some other minority class that equaled to our tyranny, persecution, oppression, and the like. Somebody talk black to me. It's a word that's made up in order to make another group of people appear to be an oppressed class. It is a tool for controlling us. And so we reject that and we send it back to whoever made it up. There's a such thing as a Victionary. Lord have mercy. You might not have known that. There's a such thing as a Victionary. That's not the dictionary, the Victionary. It's coming to you, bookstores and the theaters near you. Somebody talk black to me. So we reject that. And so just because you hear it in mainstream media, Black family, because you see it printed in so-called Black publications, even, it doesn't mean that you have to repeat those things. Black folk are not fearful of anybody that is homosexual. Because you may find a plurality of us that might not agree with your lifestyle, because one doesn't agree with your lifestyle, that ticks some of y'all off. That's the problem. But you don't find Black folks responsible for lynching you. Somebody talk black to me. Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. I need somebody Black. George Floyd. None of that had anything to do with somebody black. We're not giving you jacked up interest rates or refusing to even give you home loans. We're not redlining you. We're not gerrymandering you. We're not disenfranchising your vote. Somebody talk black to me. Shout out to you, Pearly, for your gates. I bless it 1,000-fold. That's not us. And so to that we say, how dare you? And every time you use it, even if you find them black, I know what I'm saying is controversial, but this is the Vicki Show. And I'm about that truth. Thumbs up, family. I know no notifications went out. It appears that my show is being shadow banned right now, but like and share. Make sure at the bottom of the screen, if you would, hit that notification bell and copy it and send it out to everybody that you know. Somebody talk black to me. But if you even see and hear of black prominent voices constantly throwing out that word homophobia, look at them like they crazy. I'm taking a hard stand on that because it's a control mechanism that white supremacists use against us. And it's meant to distract and to diminish the seriousness of the specialness of black folk in America. If they can diminish the seriousness and the recognition of us being an oppressed class unlike any other, they're going to try to get away with not paying us reparations. They're going to try to make sure that they do to us with the reparations movement and other things in terms of a black agenda. They're trying to do with that what they have done to affirmative action. You do understand that a large number of white women benefit based on affirmative action. You do understand that there are other little minority groups and stuff that benefit. That's the reason why we are very clear. Black first, black first, black first. Not people of color, not minority groups. I said not people of color. I said not minority groups, but we are black. And as long as they're able to invent these made up words, and you start to say that madness, and then if something happens with somebody, you start to say, oh, that's homophobia. You may shut up. I don't care who it is. If you see a prominent black person use the word homophobia, call them out. You don't have to be disrespectful. That word has no basis in reality. Come on Instagram, family. Come on Instagram. Come on over to flynubianqueentv.com. We're going to be talking about this today, beloved. Again, black family, don't forget that you can follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard, beloved. Thank you so very much. Let me post this really quick. If you would, just give me a second to put this up. Thank you so much. And by the way, dear family, we also have a store. Shout out to you, Candy, for your gift. I bless it 1,000-fold. She says, Queen, no notifications, but I know at 6:30 is the time to be tuned in. Thank you. I love you back. Thank you so much. All right, family, here we go. Thank you so very much. I'm letting them know to come on over to flynubianqueentv.com on my Instagram page. There we go. Okay, let's get ready to get into this now. Let's get ready to get into this now. So I want you to listen to him in just a moment. When I say him, I'm talking about Billy Porter. I want you to listen to Billy Porter calling himself trying to check us. I'm going to play that for you here in just a second. And before I set that up, let me go ahead and read this really quick. And then I want to make a quick statement here about why I do and say what I do. I want to make a very important point here. But I always like to read this media disclaimer. Sometimes people don't understand why I am as strong as I am about certain things in society. Some people don't get it. Some people think that I'm something else. I know I'm something else in the best way, though. I concede to that. But the reason why this is important, the reason why I take such a hard stance, Black family, with white supremacy is because white supremacy has taken a hard stance with me. Did you all hear what I just said? The reason why I am very keen on exposing it and unrelenting and uncompromising about that madness, and the reason I am so adamant about the liberation of my people based on freedom, justice, and equality. The reason why it's Black history every single day on the Vicki Show is because, number one, the times we're in, we're at war. And white supremacy did a heck of a job in my own life. Somebody talk Black to me. My inside knowledge about white supremacy is not only the history that I read, it's not only my understanding and my knowledge of what was done to our ancestors in the past and in the present, but it is because of my personal experience. White supremacist judges, white supremacist prosecutors, white supremacist so-called defense attorneys, white supremacist investigators, white supremacist police officers, white supremacist organizations, white supremacist plants came after your sister and tried to shut me down long before you knew of the Vicki Show and before I came online. My work was done behind the scenes and in courtrooms and civil cases on a state level, on a county level, on a federal level. I know the intricacies of just some of the wicked tactics and strategies of our 465-year-old open enemies. Some of you that have problems with Black folks that yell, and some of you that thinks ghetto looks like this, dressed like that, and it's just too much. Let me tell you something. The white supremacist judges that sentenced me unjustly, my shady, defense attorney, and prosecutors. They were all dressed in 2- and 3-piece suits with skirts, nice robes on. They were nodding to each other. They were smiling. They were talking. They were speaking in monotone, and they didn't raise their voice. But they did catastrophic damage to both me and my family and those that I was interconnected to. I need somebody black to talk black to me. They used our tax dollars. They used the judiciary, the legislature, law enforcement, Wall Street, and even religion to try and do a number on me. But thank God, every knock is a boost. Somebody talk black to me. I want you to understand that this is not just about me or just about us. You must never forget the near 5-century ordeal that we and your grandmama and your great granddaddy, your uncles and your aunties went through. You must never forget that blood was shed even today as we discuss George Floyd, as we discuss Breonna Taylor, as we discuss Ahmaud Arbery. Those are just some of the recent names that are the most known. Blood was shed. And now is not the time for you to acquiesce in the face of white supremacy. We are at war. And there is a changing of the guards. Let's be clear. Now let me get on with the get on. Back to this unidentified flying object that's just wildly moving about the earth. Vicki, what do you mean this unidentified flying object that's wildly moving about the earth? Its name is Billy Porter. I preface my conversations to let you know why I'm going in on this thing, this unidentified flying object by the name of Billy Porter, this Sesame. Somebody talk black to me. Thank you, Marco, for your kind words and your gift. Sesame Street star. This reality star come to life. Somebody say Sesame Street star. Billy Porter. He said recently, with all that we're going through right now, black family, think about this. Think about this. By the way, I'm drinking out of Fly Nubian mug that you can get at our store at shopfnq.com. Get your mug at shopfnq.com. And we have a lot of other products with a lot of good sayings on some of our t-shirts, book bags, and all kinds of good stuff. That's shopfnq.com. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Make sure that you like and make sure that you share. Listen, this sassy, somebody talk black to me, Sesame Street star, Billy Porter. How many of y'all know that Sesame Street had him on a few months back, talking to little children? He says that we are like white supremacists concerning the lgbt. This Hollywood little singer. Watch this. I want you to listen with your own ears to what he said. As I prep this, I want to be clear. This is not about making fun of our brothers and sisters that are members of the LGBTQ community. In fact, I believe that those of you that are in the LGBTQ community that are black, I should think that you would agree with me that it is entirely disrespectful, blasphemous, and treasonous for this funny-looking UFO to try to hijack our movement, to impose some lower tier agenda and have the nerve to try to correct and rebuke black folk using his platform at a time where we're at the height of war. Somebody talk black to me. How dare you? You untamed species. When you are a blasphemous enemy of black folk, I'm not going to call you a black man. When you try to point your finger at us, twitching and spitting and trying to be more feminine than I am, and wagging your finger in our face after we've just experienced back to back bloodshed and lynching, and you dare compare our struggle. Somebody put hashtag 465 in the chat. 465 in the chat. To some new little A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Somebody talk to me. You just invented this group. And you want to try to compare it to ours? How dare you? Undomesticated, untamed species. This thing, this outdoorsman. Somebody talk black to me. Now let me get with it. I want you to get ready to listen to this black family. I want you to listen to a portion of his rebuke of black folks. I said, do not forget that we're today even, aren't we dealing with one of the a funeral for our brother George Floyd? We just dealt with his memorial a few days ago. We're trying to bring to justice the contracted assassins, terrorists, and murderers of our dear sister Breonna Taylor in Kentucky. At the same time, we're dealing with the Ahmaud Arbery and the other nameless Breonnas, the other nameless Georges that's right now replete all over America. At this time, this little piece of excrement decides to speak. But I want you to know, black family, my issue with little Billy Porter is not just with Billy Porter. All of this energy that I'm giving, this rebuke that I'm giving, is to those who sent him and that propped him up at this time. This word is for you. And also any other would-be mammy or bootlick or butter biscuit or sambo that would dare fix your lips to say anything else similar to what this nut job just did. I would suggest to you to stand down. I'm cueing it right now. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, black family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Pay attention to what he says and pay attention to what he got on. Shout out to you, Silent D Production. Let me get my sound right. Shout out to you, Otis, for your gift here in Chicago. He's talking about the community out there. It's moving too fast, beloved. But thank you for your very generous gift. And I bless your gift 1,000-fold. And thank you for your kind words. Thank you, Silent D Production. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Listen, listen, listen. Y'all ready? It's cueing right now, family. It's cueing right now.
Go even deeper. And black people hear me, because y'all ain't gonna like this one. As a black queer man in America, my basic human rights have been up for legislation every single day that I have had breath in my body.
Look at his mouth.
From all sides. And by that, I mean that the black community's relationship with the LGBTQ plus community is appalling at best and eerily similar to that of white supremacists versus black folk. Hear me, black people, and hear me well. I'm calling y'all out right here and right now. You cannot expect our demands of equality to be met with any real legislative policy and change when y'all turn around and inflict the same kind of hate and oppression on us. Just to go even deeper.
did you say, you little buttery bussy bite? You can't say, black family, let's say it together wherever you are around the world. Say it with me. I do understand I'm supposed to be feminine and ladylike, but I do believe that a little bit, you have to kind of, so be careful so that you don't spit on nobody. What did you say, you buttery bussy bite? What did you say? What did you say, you little buttery bussy bite? Tell me that's not a striking resemblance. Let me show you this picture. Thumbs up, black family. Thumbs up, black family. We know the notifications didn't go out. That's all right, family. Hit that notification bell. Look at him right here on Sesame Street. Look at him on Sesame Street. That's his picture of him on Sesame Street. Look at that smile. Look at them teeth. Look at that smile. Look at them teeth. Tell me that don't match exactly the dentures of this terrier. Exactly the same. Look at this. Striking resemblance. Somebody talk black to me. What is it? You gonna tell me y'all don't see this resemblance? Just exactly the same. You little funny looking buttery bussy bite. If you don't go sit your funny looking self down somewhere. Shout out to you, Kim. She said, whoo, sis, I miss your comment, beloved. I bless your gift 1,000-fold, Kim. You untamed. Somebody talk black to me. When you do something this blasphemous, to equate us with white supremacists that took the breath out of our brother, I want to know right now, Billy Porter, show me the footage of somebody black putting their knee on the neck of somebody a part of the LGBTQ community while they're begging for their life, while they're calling on their mother. And when they said, I'm gone, y'all. And when other people around them are screaming to assist. Show us your evidence of somebody black, Billy Porter, that has lynched one of you guys and set you on fire and chopped off your phallus and dismembered your body and kept parts of your body on display at your grocery stores and you gave them away to your politicians as gifts. Show me one of us. That when you asked to vote, we sent out dogs. When you asked to vote, we called the firemen and they unleashed the hoses on us. We asked for equality and you put bombs in our churches and murder our little black girls. You say, okay, fine. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. I'll buy this land over here and I'll build my own town. We mind our own business. Show me somebody black that went into a white town and set it on fire because of jealousy. Show us one of us that broke up your families, took your language, took your God, took your culture, took your ways of life, and lied to you for hundreds of years and made it illegal for you to even read. Show me one of us, you little funny looking flying object, you little untamed piece of excrement. You're not a black man. You are an enemy to your people. And I want this word to get to whoever sent you. Somebody wanted to know, let's not give him this energy. Let me tell you something, black family. This is bigger than this little bussy. One of my people said something about this earlier, about this bussy rage. You on a bussy rage. Just rage and bussy. Let me tell your funny looking self something. I ain't here to play with you. I'm not somebody that's going to invite you on no TV show and speak well of you and be careful not to call you the piece of trash that you are. That ain't me, baby. When I think about the price that our people paid in the past and in the present, what I look like treating you like a brother or a sister. And how dare any of you to give anybody the benefit of the doubt. This buck wild west. This thing. You have the nerve to try to check black folk when you got a whole list of folk in the LGBTQ community that's more racist than anybody we know. Don Lemon is a member of the LGBTQ community. Don Lemon is engaged, or maybe he's married now to the white man that proposed to him. And even Don Lemon of CNN said how racist a lot of folk in your own community are. You better get your funny looking self up out our face. And whoever sent you, somebody say boomerang. Somebody say boomerang. We return this piece of madness, this little attempted distraction to diminish our movement, to distract us with this food, to try to dilute the intensity of Black folk. Every time Black folks say it's our time to get something, it's our time to get justice, white women, gays, immigrants, and everybody else want to come to the table and say, what about us? We built the country. Every single one of you benefit in one way or another, but every time Black folks want something for us, you want to try to take it. Baby, it's a new day. Somebody say, be one, and we will not be moved. We will not be distracted. Somebody talk Black to me. Thumbs up, family. On the count of three. On the count of three, for those of you that haven't, hit that notification bell. 1, 2, 3. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Hit that notification bell, beloved. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. We love our brothers and sisters no matter who you identify with, but I don't give a doggone what other miscellaneous group that you believe that you are part of. All we want to hear from you is Black first. You say anything else, you are an agent, you are distraction. And you're trying to be an enemy to our progress. And it's white platforms that's propping this little wild UFO up. I don't want none of our babies to believe that none of this mess this fool is engaged in is normal. I used to live in a house some years ago on several acres. And the area we were located in was practically the Wild Wild West. It had all kinds of snakes and rabbits, coyotes. I can't even remember what else was outside. We had so much land, we didn't even have a fence. And I told you at the time, of course, I told you before, we have a family dog. And the family dog one day went outside at night to do its business before we were in for the night. And that little old bitty terrier got into a fight with 2 or 3 coyotes that came on our property. Why did our little terrier get into it with these coyotes that came on our property? Because you belong out there, over there, away from us, nut. You finna get this work because you decided to encroach upon us with your funny looking self. And that's for you, Black. You don't shut your funny looking people better have funny looking seats. Who you talking to? So that little old terrier, our little old terrier, that's small, itty bitty compared to all of these coyotes, he sent the coyotes packing. Had to take him to the vet the next day because he had a slit on the top of his neck, but he gave them some work. Made it clear you supposed to be out there, over there with the rest of the species out there. They don't get to come inside. Somebody say, you don't get to come inside, Billy. Billy. You don't get to come inside. We leave your untamed tail out there. Keep your wild self outside. You look like coming up close to the house. You don't even get to get near our home, let alone inside. And that's just like my dog. Beat the brakes off those coyotes. We finna give you this work because you trying to come close to us. You saying, hear me, Black folk. I'm gonna play it again. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. That's the equivalent. I'm calling this nut a coyote of types coming up close to our home. What you doing on our land? What are you doing on our land, Billy? Shout out to you, Michelle, for your gracious gift. She said, tell it, Queen, help us understand, help us to help ourselves. Yes, beloved, I'm going to do my best. Keep liking and sharing, Black family. Listen, funny looking self. What you doing on our land when you supposed to be out there with the sticks and stuff? You don't have no home. It's so black to me. I don't buy dog food for coyotes. Snacks and stuff not for you. Snacks not for you. I'm not paying vet bills for you. Go to doggy parks and stuff. Not taking you for no walk. Not doing that. I buy little toys for you to squeak, squeak, squeak with. Talk black to me. Keep your untamed. Somebody talk black to me. Go back to where you came from. Thumbs up, family. Like and share. My name is Vicki Dillard. I'm so pleased that you are with us today. I know some of my other shows I'll come on at different times, but family, this week, I'm on weekdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Be sure to like, be sure to share. Would you do that, black family? Would you do that? We know that the notifications didn't go out, family. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you hit the like button, that you share it out. If we believe at the right time, others will hear this podcast. Let them know that the Vicki Show is on. If you want to take a quick moment to do this, I want you to listen to this madness one more time so we can go through this. And I want to explain to you something about a science project, something we did in school. Not a science project, but a little activity that we did in school that I think is relevant here. It's important. And I want you all to do your research on this as well and take a look at some of the comparisons. Watch this. Watch this. Takora, thank you for your gift, your private gift. She said something about a Terry. I bless your gift 1,000-fold, Queen. Thank you so much. Listen. I pulled up something the other day. You sit here want to talk to black folks. You got your hands full in your own little community that you sitting up there talking about going through some stuff. If it equals 465 years, we'll talk. Until then, shut up. Can I get somebody to put me some hush emojis in the chat? You got Ed Buck, a notorious political donor, killing black men, credibly alleged to have killed them. Just now halfway bringing charges against his funny looking self in the gay community, LGBTQ community. You got Pete Buttigieg, ran for president in his little town, racist as I don't know what. All kind of information and evidence coming out against this nut. You go take all of that UFO energy to them. David Geffen, who tried to allegedly, credibly allege, come on to Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson considered him to be one of his number one enemies when he found out after Michael Jackson refused his advance based on information and belief that was expressed by Dr. Wesley Muhammad. It appears that David Geffen may have had something to do with the murder of our brother Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson rejected David Geffen's advance. The Clintons know Geffen. So does the Obamas. So do the Obamas. He's a part of the heavy in the community out there. You go take that chit chat over there to him. You and all your Sesame Street, what is it? Sesame Street, am I saying it right? All your Sesame Street credentials. And then one of the most notorious members of your LGBTQ community who murdered black folk, ordered their assassination using law enforcement. In the highest levels of government, work with a couple of different presidents. J. Edgar Hoover. What you can be doing is demanding that the FBI give us reparations for that and make a public apology for the work of one of the most notorious LGBTQ community members did to black folk. Your hands are too full for that little community that you sit up there talking about, you flying object. Can I get a UFO in the chat? Can I get a UFO in the chat? But the issue is not just this buttery bussy bite who bears a striking resemblance to this terrier with dentures. You little buttery bussy bite. The issue is who sent you. The issue is who you're with. Thank y'all for the aliens and the UFOs in the chat. About to get you to put a coyote in that thing in a minute. Don't play to me. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Text the word Queens, also the 31996 family, so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. Listen, watch this. Watch this. Thank you, Vic, for your gift, your private gift. I bless your gift 1,000-fold. Watch this. Let's watch this funny looking thing again as I go further. Your sassy self. Your sassy self. Let me pull this madness back up. If you have kids, just FYI, Black family. Just want to give you the heads up. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Watch this. I want you to look at what he's got on. And I want you to look at his, pay attention to his gestures and his body language and his disposition. That's why I don't trust you, these little actors and these little Broadway stars. Y'all ain't got no business to even weigh in on political and social issues. Some of y'all don't know what to do, so stick to your scripts. You thrive when you on Broadway, bussy. You in your element when you talking TV. But the moment you want to try to talk about some political and social issues, you're a catastrophe. Like I told Whoopi Goldberg, Whoopi needs to stick to a script. Whoopi on The View trying to give opinions about political. Whoopi ain't got no business talking nothing about that. You need to be with your ghost. You need a ghost script. What other movie she was in? You need Color Purple. You need to get back to Sister Act. Stay within scripts. When you have scripts, you thrive when you have a script in your hand. The moment you left to think for yourself, everybody is in danger. Lord have mercy. Everybody is in danger when y'all out there trying to think on your own. Don't do that. That's dangerous. Now back to this video. You got to see it one more time before I go a little further. I'm not going to be before you long, but I will be strong. Watch this.
And Black people hear me, because y'all ain't gonna like this one. As a Black queer man in America, my basic human rights have been up for legislation every single day that I have had breath in my body, from all sides. And by that, I mean that the Black community's relationship with the LGBTQ plus community is appalling.
Look at that. Look at all them. It's appalling. All them bees just spitting all that. Hush, puppy. What is that? What is that? Shout out to you, beloved, for your gift, your $20 gift. This thing ain't got no business even being on our property. What is that? Somebody said, what is that? Oh. Oh. Oh, what is that thing? On the side of the road. Let me tell your funny looking self something. How many of you all ever been driving in a car? I got my license. It's been a minute since I've driven on the highway because of my medical stuff. But watch this. When I was driving a lot and I would get on the highway, how many of you all know that sometimes traffic holds up? Sometimes it's a lot of traffic, so you got to slow down. How many of you all know that sometimes it's car accidents and it forces you onto either a different route, or you got to get off drive on that bank, right? You have to go around where the crash is, right? It messes with your progress. It slows you up when there's a car accident. I need somebody Black to talk Black to me. 1,100 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicki Show. We're so pleased that you're with us today. Please hit that notification bell, like and share. Let everybody know that the Vicki Show is on FlyNubianQueenTV.com. By the way, my show is broadcast and played on several other platforms. So if you're watching us elsewhere, make sure that you like and that you share wherever you're watching me around the world. Shout out to you, Xavier, and others. I bless your gifts 1,000-fold. Thumbs up, thumbs up. Family, I know some of you have noticed that we did not get notifications. Don't worry about that, beloved. We believe at the right time, the right people will hear this broadcast. So do what you can to like and to share, to let everybody know that Vicki is on. You all know the reason we're on multiple platforms is so that we can maximize our reach. And you already know that they do what they can on a regular basis on the Vicki Show to try to shadow ban us and so forth. But no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Somebody talk black to me. Thank you for being with us today. Listen. So I've noticed that some of the things that slows down my progress when I'm driving on the highway is if there's a car accident, that slows you down. You have to take an alternative route sometimes, that slows you down, right? So that you got to move out. You got to, sometimes you have to redirect traffic. You got to go a different way, right? Other times it might be what? A boulder or a big rock or maybe some construction truck or something fell out of a construction truck, right? And something so big and so large is in the middle of the road that you have to kind of do what? Veer off, or it gets in the way to where you have to wait till a public servant or someone comes and removes it. Are y'all with me? Sometimes there are distractions. Sometimes there are things, not just distractions, but sometimes there are delays that will impede the progress that you're trying to make, right? Things in the way. But this little buttery bussy bite is one of those things that's in the way. But he's such an insignificant thing that's in the way. Because we recognize this wild, untamed species. Somebody say shout out for new black media. Somebody say shout out for the consciousness of our people that's woke to this nut. That we're not moved by this distraction. We don't even see you, Billy, as worth us taking an alternative route. Billy, you're not even like a deer to where we got to move over on the side of the road so that we don't hit you. Billy, you're that kind of roadkill. You're like a squirrel or something in the middle of the road to where I'm not even finna veer off on the side. I'm just gonna run you over. That's what we're doing with you, Billy. You're a thing that's trying to be in the way, that's sent and promoted to be in the way. But baby, we're not even going to give you any kind of respect to even drive around you. We just going to run over you. Just smash. And when I'm done, when I get a chance, I'll go to the car wash and just get my car washed in case there's any splatter on my tires and stuff. Offending my tires. Somebody don't like to me. You disrespect my tires by having your pieces of whatever you are made up of splatter on it. So when I get a minute, I'm going to make sure I spend my $20, $30, $40 to get my car washed because you disrespected my car. But other than that, baby, I'm not even finna move. I'm not finna even switch lanes. I'm not even finna think twice. We finna run you over. I'm going to quit trying to preach so much so y'all can hear the rest of this madness again.
And black people hear me, because y'all ain't gonna like this one. As a black queer man in America, my basic human rights have been up for legislation every single day that I have had breath in my body from all sides. And by that, I mean that the black community's relationship with the LGBTQ plus community is appalling at best and eerily similar to that of white supremacists versus black folk. Hear me, black people, and hear me well. I'm calling y'all out right here and right now. You cannot expect our demands of equality to be met with any real legislative policy and change when y'all turn around and inflict the same kind of hate and oppression on us.
Did this disgusting piece of excrement say we inflict the same kind? Didn't I just mention to you all a few minutes ago? Roadkill. Did I just mention to you all a few minutes ago, rather, lynchings, murder, rape, sodomy, economic theft, trauma, Billy, who sent you? When they come looking for you, they're going to find little pieces of you on the bottom of our tires, baby. Who sent you, Billy? Who's promoting you, Billy? But unfortunately, Billy is not the only one from the LGBTQ community that's trying to hijack this sacred holy uprising. Family, put in the chat, holy uprising. Somebody please put in the chat, holy uprising. Somebody please put in the chat, holy uprising, while I take a sip of water. And again, family, don't forget our store at shopfnq.com, where you can get all kinds of products. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, please hit that notification button. 1, 2, 3, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, and hit that notification bell, please. Notice how when this thing opened up his mouth, the first thing he said was to black folk, and he told us how we're not going to like what he says. Did you all notice that? Did you all notice that he told us, y'all not gonna like what I got to say, black people? That's because he knows it's wrong. But he's got an agenda to fulfill. He's got to do his little part in it. But we're looking at you now, you unmanned male. You unmanned little male. You little thing that's crawled out from the outdoors, that's done crawled in from the outdoors somewhere out there. You have no hope of us putting any snacks, crackers, or bread outside for you either. During this holy uprising is when this fool says this, y'all. Did you all hear me? In the time where black folks are dealing with not just this COVID-19, the truth and the lies of COVID-19, because black folks are affected by the truth and the lies of COVID-19. He decides to take advantage of us at this time of war against our people. Think about what manner of piece of trash, what thing would do something like that at this time? This holy uprising where black blood was shed. This unmanned male twitches out, spitting all over the place, trying to co-opt legitimate, being trying to channel being a black woman. And you think we're fixing to get ready to have respect, family? This is blasphemy. Watch this. Watch this. So, I was disgusted by this thing. I was disgusted by this lower form of life. Y'all play too much. I was disgusted by this untamed, unnamed species. And as I began to look a little closer at it, it reminded me of what I did when we were in school in science class. I did a little research just to refresh my memory at school.stanastasia.org. Did my research a little bit on frog dissection. Y'all play too much. How many of y'all remember doing a frog dissection in school? How many of y'all remember doing a frog dissection in school? When you take this thing into a lab, right? Y'all play too much. You take it into the lab and watch this. One of the things it says, when you get ready to do a frog dissection, you describe the appearance and function of the various organs found inside the frog. You name and locate and identify the organs that make up the various systems of the frog. Watch this. It says, though, before you engage in it, I thank y'all for the frogs. Before you engage in it, it says that the materials that you need are safety goggles, dissecting pins, gloves, forceps, lab apron, scissors, paper towel, dissecting probe, the preserved frog, and dissection tray. Y'all play too much. Listen. Why do you need all of that? So that you don't get nothing on you. Lord have mercy. Why do you need all of that PPE? So that you don't get nothing on you. We're looking at this thing that is Billy Porter from a distance. Dissecting this thing. You place the frog on this dorsal side, which means it's back. Y'all play too much. And you secure it in place with dissecting pins through each of the legs. With your scissors, you make a cut through the skin along the midline of the belly, from the pelvis to the throat. Y'all play too much. It says, now make the transverse cuts through the skin below each of the forelimbs and above each of the hind legs. It goes on. It talks about the internal anatomy. It talks about the stomach, the liver, the gallbladder, the esophagus, the pancreas, the small intestines, on and on and on and on, right? After we're done looking at this thing in terms of who sent you and what the objective is of this enemy of black people that is a tool of white supremacy to try to hijack our powerful movement. I just know when I was in school, and I'm 41 years of age, so it's been 20 some years since I graduated high school. When we was done dissecting that thing, we threw it away. Somebody talk black to me. Debbie said, Vicki can sure make you think. Thank you, beloved. When we were done dissecting that thing, we want you to know this. Anybody else that want to come with another agenda, and I'm getting ready to talk about one real quick, and I'm fixing to get ready to go. We will throw you away when we're done dissecting your funny looking self. Came across this story from Huffington Post. It was just released yesterday. Justice Smith. How many of y'all know who this little fella is? Justice Smith comes out as queer, urges protest to include black, queer, and trans lives. Look at this. That's that little fella. Do you all understand now where I'm talking about how they're trying to hijack our conversation? Do you all understand that the movement that was started by the black grassroots has all of America on fire? It's Congress, it's courts, it's different places of government, media, business. But not only here in America, you all know that millions around the world are standing in solidarity with us, and they are making America look stupid. America is humiliated. America's utter weakness is showing, because for the first time in a long time, we are challenging America's systems, and her weakness is on full display. I was listening to a CNN reporter who does global reporting, and he said, and I think he quoted by saying that how the world is looking in basically utter shock and horror. That's the word he used. that the world is looking at America in utter shock and horror because the lie that America is a true democracy while killing her foundational Black American citizens since day one, and she has not stopped since. The weakness of America is on display, and millions around the world are literally standing in solidarity with us. Do you know that even white heads of states have made formal addresses rebuking and condemning America? America is humiliated right now. That is because of the work we've done on a Black grassroots level. And so because of that intense power we have, because we set the narrative and the agenda, we're shaping everything. Do you understand how powerful you are, Black family? The world is watching us. We have the greatest megaphone right now, and we're running stuff. So you've got these other miscellaneous groups that's right now trying to come and take the mic and distract. But we ain't gonna let that happen. I said we are not going to allow that to happen. Indeed, it is the fall of America. America is the laughing stock of the world. People are seeing America for the hypocrite that she is. Many already have for a long time, but America doesn't have any standing when it comes down to chit-chatting about what's going on in Iran or North Korea or any other place around the world that's a hot spot right now. It's always been that way, but it's on full display. America controls the media so that the world can't see what's really going on. But thank God for alternative media. Thank God for the new Black media. Somebody told Black to me. The stories that went viral, for example, about our brother George Floyd, is because of a teenager that captured it on the phone. America is humiliated. And look who's running the world. White folks. But it's a changing of the guard happening right now, Black family. And we're making demands. And we're using other forms of power to make our voices heard and known. Somebody talk Black to me. Take a minute to give us a thumbs up right now, family. 1,200 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicki Show. Shout out to you, HP, for your very gracious gift. Why isn't Billy Porter marching down the street in his high heels? I know that's right, in his high heels and his gown. Why isn't his funny looking self out there? Why isn't it that he doesn't have that energy for the white supremacists? That's why I'm trying to tell you there is an agenda afoot that's trying to hijack our conversation, but we're not going to let it happen. That's the reason why we are not okay with folks saying people of color and minorities. We say no. You say Black, or you're going to hear from us. Nothing is going to be entangled in the Black agenda this time. Watch this. Back to this article. Did you all see this headline from this little fella? Watch this. Actor Justin Smith has come out as queer in a post calling for protesters not to forget Black, queer, and trans individuals as anti-racist protests continue across the country. Sit your funny looking self down. Why are we sitting here talking about queer and trans when our brother was not murdered because he was queer or trans? He was murdered because he was Black. Brianna was murdered because she was Black. Her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, who was protecting her, they brought charges against him that they've now recently dropped because he's Black. Ahmaud Arbery was murdered and hunted down because he's Black. And the too many other countless and unnamed Black folk that have been murdered and lynched and mistreated in our day and time, they were done so because they were Black. Why are you trying to hijack the conversation? This is blasphemous. This is blasphemous. Listen to what else he said. I'm almost done with his funny looking self. The Pokemon detective Pikachu, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, star, that says everything, Pokemon. Between him and Billy Porter on Sesame Street. That tells us everything we need to know. These Pokemon and Sesame Street stars. Somebody talk black to me. This is utter treason, family. In the middle of war, we sitting here talking about these fools. How dare you? But somebody sent you, and it's not going to work. Somebody say shout out to the black media. Somebody say shout out to the black grassroots that has everything to do with you and I and others as a collective. It's our unified collective voices that's rebuking these fools that are tools that twitch in by our open enemy. Listen to this. This little Pokemon star, he shared his truth in an Instagram post on Friday night announcing that he and Queen Sugar actor Nicholas Ash are a couple. What we care about you being a couple in war right now? We're talking about George Floyd. We just had to deal with our sister Breonna Taylor's birthday while her murderers, her killers, her assassins are still at large, and we sitting up here talking about who your little boyfriend is, fool. Thank you, Damien, for your gift. You look so lovely, Queen Vicki. Thank you for your kind words. All of you, so many of you compliment me before you make me blush, but I bless your gift and I thank you for your kind words. Listen, in the post, Smith reflected on his experience at a recent Black Lives Matter protest in New Orleans, where he noticed people in the crowd did not join in when he and Ash chanted Black Trans Lives Matter and Black Queer Lives Matter. Somebody say black folk are on code. Somebody say black folk in New Orleans are on code. Did you all hear what this just said? This little Pokemon star, shout out to you, Michael. Michael said, preach, Queen. Thank you, beloved. Listen, this little Pokemon star was so mad that nobody was repeating the chant Black Trans Lives Matter and Black Queer Lives Matter. He went to his Instagram page. Now listen what he said. Y'all ready for this? If you got children, thumbs up, thumbs up. It's not any cussing, but I'm just saying what he's saying is out of this world too. What he's saying is from outdoors too. How dare they? Listen to what he said on Stand Up for Justice on the French Quarter. This is what they posted. Watch this. Black trans lives are worthy. We matter. We matter. Black trans lives are sacred. Black trans lives are worthy. We matter. We matter. Black trans lives are sacred. Now watch this. So this he got big mad. Y'all hear all that silence? Somebody put some hush emojis in the chat. Can y'all please put the hush emoji in the chat? Y'all hear all that silence? Y'all see all them black folk in the front and the white folk in the back? Somebody say shout out to the black grassroots who's on code. Somebody say shout out to the black grassroots who will not allow our message to be hijacked. Yes, all of that was cringe-worthy. Every bit of that madness was cringe-worthy. Please put the hush emojis in the chat. Y'all hear the silence where the little Pokemon star was so mad. The Pokemon star was so mad. Listen to the article again. In the post, Lord have mercy. In the post, Smith reflected on his experience at a recent Black Lives Matter protest in New Orleans, where he noticed people in the crowd did not join in, which we heard the deafening silence. Did you, Black family, hear the silence? Y'all look at me with these curly braids. I'm about to slang this all over the place here in a minute. I'm gonna try to calm down. Did you all hear the silence when he started hollering that out? He was so mad. Y'all, this Pokemon star was so mad that the people didn't join in that chant, that he went to Instagram talking about, I was disappointed to see certain people eager to say Black Lives Matter, but hold their tongue when trans queer was added. He wrote alongside a video from the protest. I want to reiterate this sentiment. If your revolution does not include Black queer voices, it's anti-Black. If you don't sit your flying pussy, I am not letting all of this wildlife, this undomesticated wildlife, this untamed, these things, somebody say these things, these things are not about to take over my home and family and the Black collective. You're not going to do that. These things, all this stuff from outside, all this stuff from outdoors. He was so mad at the silence, y'all. He used his Instagram page to try to tell us, boy, if you don't go sit your funny looking self down somewhere. Thumbs up, family. Be sure to like and share. My name is Vicki Dillard. I know last week I came on at different times, but I'm normally here 6:30 p.m. Eastern time, family. Shout out to you, Joseph. Joseph says, say Black or get Black. I know that's right. Baby, as we said before, none of these folks are skilled because they was queer and trans. Sit your funny looking self down somewhere. Ain't nobody scared of you. This ain't MSNBC. We show mad respect to our brothers and sisters that identify with the LGBTQ community, but you're not finna take over and act like and lie and toe the line with some other agenda so that you can take away from the 465-year-old victims in America when we are at a pivotal point in war. And because you know the world is watching, because you know that we have the power to influence presidents and heads of state and bring about new legislation and bring about a new world order and undo systems and institutions from the ground up. You're mad because we are shaking the tectonic plates that's underneath the earth. You trying to hijack? No, sir, no, ma'am. I'm driving my car. I'm finna run this squirrel over. What's some more roadkill? We're not even going to switch lanes. No detour. I need some more names of roadkill. Armadillos. We just going to hit that little bump in the car and run you over. The only thing I'm going to be mad about is not that you ran over. It's the fact that you disrespected my tires by having your body fluids on my tires. And in the back of my exhaust pipe, don't like to be, and probably the front of my bumper. That's the only offense. That's the only thing I'm gonna be tripping about. Raccoons, squirrels, possums, deer. Y'all got skunks. Shoot, groundhogs, possums and stuff. Shoot, rabbits. Dogs, hyenas. Somebody talk Black to me. Your funny looking self. Keep all that mess outside. We ain't even finna switch lanes, baby. We finna just run all of this little miscellaneous distraction over. Take that to the people that sent you. Shout out to you, butterfly, for your gift. Ain't nobody finna stop the momentum. It's only gonna stop, Black family, if we're tricked by this little piece of thing that's flying and moving around. That ain't even from this realm. But watch this. Listen again to this little Pokemon star. Y'all know? Do y'all even know who he is? Why does he even talking to us about his little boyfriend right now? What do we care when we just watched our brother's breath taken out of him while he was calling for his mother, and our open enemy had his knee on his neck with his hands in his pocket? This is treason, Black family. 1,400 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicki Show. We know that no notifications came out, Black family. That's all right. Some of you all came late here, but that's okay. I'm normally here 6:30 p.m. weekdays, but I know you all know last week I went on different times. Thank you so much for tuning in. Keep liking and sharing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard and follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. I don't play by Twitter. Listen. These aren't the only ones. Did you all hear a little bit about President Obama's address? Remember, President Obama did an address the other day talking about it was for Black boys and stuff, and it ended up being for a girl who said she a boy that was a part of the stuff, a trans man or something, and they kept pushing all of this. Y'all are not about to steal the spotlight. Ain't nobody scared about the lies you told about Black folks and homophobia. We're the most loving people on the planet. Black folks have told our captors and our tormentors, we've told our killers, we forgive them. Don't try to act like we're homophobic and we're terrible. We plead with those who mistreat us, and we forgive the unforgivable. Don't you dare act like something is wrong with us. We're not going to let nobody escape this work. I told you, if you hear some popular Black person say so-and-so is homophobic, call them out. Some of them are my Black brothers and sisters who I appreciate some of their work, but they love to throw around the word homophobia. Sit your funny looking self down. It doesn't exist. How do you know? Because I said so. We said so. It's a trick and a tool. It's not true. Little possums and armadillos about to get run clean over in a Ford Focus. That's what it's like to me. My God. If you drive one of those. Listen, actor Justin Smith, think about what this nut said. At a Black Lives Matter, you go there to impose some other agenda, to usurp what we're doing. He was so mad. Watch this. Listen to his words again. I don't want y'all to miss this because I want y'all to know this is real. Obama had all of them different trans and people and stuff, LGBT as an agenda, trying to act like he was there for Black men, but y'all sitting up there talking about LGBTQ stuff. No tolerance, family. We're showing you a pattern with these bussy bites. Buttery bussy bites. Messy distractions. Quote, this little fella. As a Black queer man myself, I was disappointed to see certain people eager to say Black Lives Matter, but hold their tongue when trans/queer was added. This where he was, watching. That's him singing. Black trans lives are worthy. We matter. We matter. We matter. Black trans lives are sacred. Sacred. Black trans lives are worthy. Boy, if you don't shut up and take that Broadway away from this protest, boy. If you don't go, give it, boy. All that silence was offensive to him. We matter. We matter. Black trans lives are sacred. Okay. Where's the Apollo guy that takes these people off the stage? What's his name? I forgot. I'm gonna go sit down somewhere. That's over. Somebody put your hush emojis in the chat. Hush. That's not gonna work here. And I want to say this to you real quick. Thumbs up, family. Be sure to like and share. I was going to pull this other piece up here. Listen to the last part of what he said on this article. The part he said, I was disappointed to see certain people eager to say Black Lives Matter, but hold their tongue when trans queer was added. I want to reiterate this sentiment. If your revolution does not include Black queer voices, it's anti-Black. If your revolution is okay with letting Black trans people like Tony McDade slip through the cracks in order to solely liberate Black cis men, it's anti-Black. You are trying to push yourself through the door of a system designed against you and then shut the door behind you. It is our conditioning to get as close to whiteness, straightness, maleness as we can because that's where the power is. And if we appeal to it, maybe it'll give us a slice. But the revolution is not about appeal. It's about demanding what should have been given to us from the beginning, what should have been given to Black, queer, and trans individuals from the beginning, which is the right to exist. Boy, shut up, little bussy. Bussy the third, Bussy Junior, Bussy, whatever, Bussy, shut up. And send them this link so they're reminded about the history. And don't you ever forget this, Black family. We don't have to disrespect them or call them out of their names, but I'm going to call this blasphemy and this treason out every time, and every one of us should be outraged. The difference is 465 years. We will not let you compare this while you on your bussy rage. We have 465 years of unmatched hell and torture and persecution and tyranny that we've been through. And you think we're finna let some Sesame Street, am I saying that right? Yeah, Sesame Street stars and Pokemon stars come take over? Hold your own. I'm gonna be a lady and not say that word. Hold your own. Your sassy, flamboyant looking self. Listen, let me tell y'all something. This little weak distraction, I was thinking about this earlier today. Between him and Billy Porter. Remember, this show is not just about them. I'm trying to expose to you guys that there are going to be these funny looking distractions thrown out in the road while we're on our way somewhere. Do you all understand the analogy I use now? And while we're on our way to freedom, while we're on our way to reparations and cut the check and Black empowerment, while we're on our way to freedom, justice, and equality, while we're on our way to our own promised land with actual land, there are going to be things thrown in the road to distract us. They're going to want to make us do U-turns and all this. No. And detours and stuff. Billy Porter is not even on a regular level of a distraction. The veil of this really thin distraction was easy to breach. Little sassy self, you little weak distraction trying to diminish the Black Holocaust and let our torturers off by not keeping the focus on the white supremacist. How did his little fingers have time to even make an Instagram post registering his anger against us? How did your little fingers, your funny looking fingers, have time to even make an Instagram post when all of your energy in this time should have been spent on white supremacists? You've got people the world over, throughout the continent of Africa, throughout Europe, and parts of the Caribbean and around the world, in Asia, that's standing with us. And you got your funny looking Negroes in America on Instagram mad because nobody was singing his funny looking chant. You got people around the world that was beating the brakes off of their racist capturers and colonizers in solidarity with foundational Black Americans. Haven't y'all seen the footage around the world? You've got folk around the world giving the police work in solidarity with us. And here in America, this fool is mad because we won't join in with this.
Black trans lives are worthy. We matter. We matter. Black trans lives are sacred. Matter. Black trans lives are worthy. Matter. We matter.
Fool, this is not Broadway, dummy. This is bloodshed and war, fool. And you mad because we didn't do a sing-along. How dare you? The blood of George Floyd is nothing to laugh about. The riddled body of 8 bullets and the body of Breonna Taylor is nothing to shake a stick at. Watching our brother Ahmaud hunted down by predators. Yes, Sandra Bland. Yes. Put some of their names in the chat. And this fool mad because we won't do his little sing-along. You are nothing but a little prop, all of you. A little prop that's all together out of place. Talk back to me. This out of place prop. And we urge whoever sent you to take your feckless self back. Fool, this is war. And this is blasphemy, what you committed, and treason. We're not about, this ain't no playtime with this multicolored food. Hold your own. You know what if you still got them. Hold your own moisture. Hold your own moisture. Hold your own Aquafina. Talk like me. Not about to let that go down. Let me say this and I'm going to be just about done. I wanted to give you a briefing on something real quick here, family. I want you to understand something. Thumbs up, 1,400 plus of you in the chat. Welcome to the Vicki Show. Don't forget to meet me tomorrow here, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Sometimes I go early because of medical stuff, family. So just make sure that you tune in every single day for the content for Vicki Dillard. But not only me, family, make sure that you are subscribed and that you hit to receive that you hit notifications to receive all notifications, because I'm not the only queen here. We have content for other upcoming voices, and I want you to hear what our beautiful sisters have to say. Also, let me tell you something. Watch this. This is an FYI. This is a side issue here. I want you to think about something here. You've heard something. You heard them come out now, Biden and Trump, talking about that they are against no police funding. How many of y'all have been hearing Black activists demanding that the police departments be defunded? Well, Biden came out and officially said that he's against that. Biden says that he's for police funding. Trump is for it and all that kind of stuff. They're going to use that to push their racist base and racist elements from those different political parties, right? But I want to let you guys know something. Did you all know that some years ago, well, first of all, the Nation of Islam, the FOI, they have a standing army by the name of the FOI, Fruit of Islam. They still go into the highways, the byways, prisons, the hood, the ghettos, and wherever our black folk are, whether they up and out or down and out, they frequent those places. They do things like teaching to police your own communities and conflict resolution and those things. I've discussed that before, right? Well, years ago, they were so effective and they were able to do it full time. A group of our brothers in one place, because they were being funded, they were able to make it a business. So they were able to see about their people full time. And guess what? I think one of the areas too they were in, if I am mistaken, it might have been Pennsylvania. Somebody helped me with that. But we know that the FOI was so effective, they became known as the dope busters. Without dealing with our people, like our racist open enemies, who are these racist police officers, they were able to go and heal black communities. The crime rate was substantially lower. Drugs were driven out of the community and the drug dealers. How many of y'all remember that? They were so effective that they ended up getting government contracts. I'm talking about verifiable results they were getting. And white America was so upset that they defunded them. Somebody talk black on the federal level. Some of you all say you remember. Well, now you got white folks sitting up here telling us, no, they're not for defunding the police. Well, the police, they're killing us. And to me, it's just and right and fair that if you defund a group of black men who knew how to engage in conflict resolution, who was removing drugs from the black community, had respect from the black community, and you defund them, you better go sit your killer self down somewhere. I want you to keep that in mind, black family. Hashtag dope busters. Remind Joe Biden, remind Donald Trump, remind the Republican and the Democratic Party that they did very little to stop the defunding of this effective black group. And let me tell you something else I want to debrief you on. Other members of the new black media have been saying the same thing. Listen, right now you've got the president of the United States. You've got Republicans like Mitt Romney in the streets with a mask on talking about Black Lives Matter. You've got different governmental entities on not just the federal level, but on state and local level, talking about having to listen to black activists that's demanding new laws. It was because of your grassroots work that forced them to charge these racist contracted killers that are also known as police. That was because of what you did. But yet they tell us that we got to vote because if we don't vote, no, baby. Did you all vote over the last few weeks? We utilized another kind of power. We went outside the system and shifted things. And we are just getting started. So if the Democrats are not talking about cutting the check, and they try to scare us to say, oh, y'all can't make change if you don't. No, baby. No, actually, that's not true. It's 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 not true. Well, y'all can make your voices heard through voting. Well, the fire has a language. Somebody talk black to me. Clearly. Am I sitting there telling you to go out and do and set stuff on fire? No. But I'm telling you what went down. What language does fire speak? Somebody black talk black to me. You're not as powerless as you think you are, black family. Y'all heard me prophesy a long time ago that we're dealing with the changing of the guard and the changing of the gods and that we're experiencing labor pains, right? Now I'm hearing other voices throughout the large expanse of black media and black content creators that are talking about the same thing, labor pains. That's what we're dealing with, black family. But let me prophesy something else to you. How many of you all know that there was a scripture that talked about the Jesus of 2,000 years ago was from Nazareth? And the question was asked, can anything good? Oh my God, I'm gonna let y'all finish that. Thumbs up, family. Be sure to like and be sure to share. How many of you all remember that there is a written scripture? See, some of you all don't understand when the scriptures are talking about Nazareth, they ain't talking about Nazareth. They're talking about you. Where do you live? Put in your city. Put in your state. I'm talking to you. I'm from Mississippi, even though I live in Colorado right now, born and raised in Mississippi. The scriptures are not saying, can any good come from Nazareth? It's talking to me. Can any good come from Mississippi? Somebody talk black to me. You don't understand your power. There is a new leadership. There is a new power. There is a new army that's rising. And we're not using traditional weapons. This scares the hell. I told you, other members of the New Black Media have been saying the same thing. The fact that we are doing it our way, outside of their systems, are scaring them. I hear some New Orleans, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, thing moving so fast. New York, Nevada, Compton, Kansas, Jacksonville, Buffalo, St. Petersburg, North Carolina, Texas, South Carolina, Michigan. Y'all keep putting it in there. Can anything good come from those places? Can anything good come from the hood? They said that about the Jesus of 2,000 years ago because they said the place where he was from. They don't expect royalty. See, they don't treat Vicki. Come on, y'all play too much. In mainstream media, y'all go to my Instagram page at Vicki Dillard. All weekend long, I had another MSNBC person block me. But after y'all got done with him, the brother unblocked me. Somebody talk black to me. I give him credit for that. I give the brother credit for that. But then there was a sister, this black sister, who just won, I think, a Pulitzer Prize or something for her project that she did, 1619 project, which was an amazing thing. But her name is what? Nicole Hannah Jones. She goes by the handle what? Ida Bay Wells. This lady right here. Whoop, I done slammed my thing. Look, this lady. Go to Vicki Dillard. You can get the details. Y'all can see a bunch of posts over the weekend. She's an MSNBC contributor. She's a CNN contributor. Brother Tremaine Lee. He ended up unblocking me. We ended up having a come to Jesus meeting. I remain uncompromising, but he showed respect after the fact. But the brother blocked me for no reason, in my opinion. He felt that, he didn't think, he thought I was coming crazy. But I was speaking truth. Watch this. Well, that lady blocked me for no reason. She was real sassy with it, too. But Dr. Mark Lamont Hills blocked me. Roland Martin's blocked me. What's the girl named? The lady named Kareem Jean-Pierre. She is Kareem Jean-Pierre is one of Joe Biden's new senior advisors. These are these MSNBC, your black elites. I can't even keep up with the rest of them. There's some other one that blocked me somewhere too. He was writing for somebody. I don't even fool with these people like that, but they just like to shut me down. Again, shout out to Tremaine Lee. He unblocked me and we had a look come to Jesus meeting, but we're going to keep the pressure on and respect. This is war, family. Our people are being slaughtered in the streets, and I'm not fixing to sit here and tiptoe around white supremacy. And I'm not going to give no credit to white folk for standing in the streets. When what we need you to do is stand in the halls of Congress and stand on Wall Street inside the buildings and tell your white husbands and wives it is their policies that's got us in the condition. That's where white folks can be effective. Pushing for reparations, that's where white folks can be effective. You are not going to hijack, just like the LGBT trans folks that's trying to hijack our movement. Y'all are not going to hijack the movement either, showing that little old man that got beat up by white police officers. That shows you just how wild the police are if they do that to their own. However, sometimes they keep showing you that white man that got ran over by these police officers because they trying to make it look like, oh, we deal with police brutality too. No, you do not. They ran that little black man over because at the end of the day, it has something to do with black folk. We're not going to let white folks get away with a photo op. The whole reason some of them are down there doing protests is because they want to be seen with us. And because like Dr. Boyce did some little clip the other day, something along the lines of, and I was discussing this on my Twitter page too. I said it differently, but I like the way he said it as well. White guilt will never equal black empowerment. I think I use the word black empowerment. He used another word. White folks feeling bad because white folks know that they looking straight like beasts and savages right now. So they trying not to look so bad. So they trying to join with us in the streets. We're not going to let you get away with just a photo op. Thank you for saying Black Lives Matter. Thank you for walking the streets. Now twitch your hips in the halls of Congress. Twitch your hips in companies and corporations. Show us the money. Give up some power. You are not getting away with the photo op. And I don't want to hear Reverend Al Sharpton not one more time talk about a little white girl is what gave him inspiration for his eulogy that he did on our brother George the other day during his memorial. Reverend Al Sharpton said a little white girl who said no justice, no peace is what gave him the inspiration for his eulogy. What? I don't want to hear another black person talk about where it's all people of color that's in the streets now. So that's the sign that we're at a turning point and that this is different this time. What? Oh, they got a chance to see it for themselves. You mean to tell me? How many, y'all please put down just some of our brothers and sisters whose murder was captured on camera and America didn't do anything about it. Why did it take a camera, America, for you to claim that's why you're going to take it serious this time? You mean to tell us that your 465-year-old faithful descendants of American slaves who have been nothing but good to you, you think that we weren't lying about nothing. Your slowness to not believe us. No, you believed us. You was just pretending. How many murders of our brothers and sisters? Thank you all. You put it in. Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, Philando Castile. Put their names in the chat. Walter Scott, Oscar Grant. These were recorded and y'all didn't do nothing. White folk coming out is no sign of progress. It's because they want a photo op and white folks feel guilty. But white guilt is meant to disarm us from our righteous indignation. The reason they're joining with us, black family, is because they're trying to extinguish our power, our rage, and our anger, and still not do nothing about it. Mitch, what's his name? No, what's the one I told y'all from Massachusetts that's out in the street? Utah governor. He was something in Massachusetts, I think, for a while. Now Utah. What's his name? I told you just came out to my Black Lives Matter. Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney's funny looking self. You are a lawmaker, Mitch, M-I-T-T. Mitt, you're a lawmaker. Thank you for walking the streets. Now walk in Congress and propose some legislation for reparations. Cut the check. Your destiny in life is lawmaking. Stop playing with us with this empty symbolism, Mitt. Black family, quit getting all excited because you see white folks outside. They've been outside. They always outside in the streets. They outside. They outside all the time. That ain't nothing to write home about because they outside. It's how black to be. Oh, they the one they was setting stuff on fire too, because that's their nature. They like to destroy and tear up some stuff too sometimes. It ain't got nothing to do with being righteous for some of them. Same reason why some of them become police officers and military people, because some of them are bloodshedders and they're trying to do it under the color of law with a badge on and a uniform so that they can get away with it, nut. Now, I'm not trying to say there are no well-meaning white folks. I'm just saying that your well-meaning will have substance to it when you push for legislation, when you take your privileged self in the places where power goes down and do the work. Yes, I do believe it's a turning point in terms of what's happening in the world. It's a turning point because black folk have changed their minds. Black folks have decided, okay, there's a such thing as, okay, if my voting is not working, if you're going to suppress my vote, if you're going to put us down as felons, if you're going to disenfranchise us, if you're going to gerrymander, if you're going to mess with the maps, if you're going to disenfranchise, if you're going to redline, if you're going to gentrify, if you're going to kill us, okay, I'll go outside too. I'll go outside too and loot and start fires. Somebody talk black to me. Is Vicki telling you to do set stuff on fire and violate the law? No, that's not what I'm telling you to do, but I'm just telling you what's been working so far. What seems to be working. What's got America's attention. Your funny looking self. We're not finna do that. Did you all hear what I just said? Thumbs up, family. Be sure to like and share. Hit that notification bell down there and share hit the notification bell and make sure that you hit the link, copy the link, and share it on your social media platforms with you. My name is Vicki Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard and follow me on Twitter at Dillard Vicki. Most importantly, make sure that you subscribe to FlyNubianQueen.com. We have a website there. And also our store is shopfnq.com and flynubianbusiness.com. If you want to learn how to start a business, learn how to invest and do all those wonderful things, go to flynubianbusiness.com. Take these things seriously, family. That was that. I want to just brief you on those couple of things real quick. I don't want to hear that. Yes, it's a turning point. Yes, it's important that white folks and red folks, all the folks out in the street, that's cute, that's great. But that ain't no sign of progress. We've been tricked before. They are fire extinguishers. That's white guilt, a lot of that. They know that they're being humiliated around the world and they're trying to make us feel all of us aren't like that. But all of those good white folks, ask them, are they willing to give up house and power? Ask, are they willing to give up land and money? Ask, are they going to push for reparations? Let me get ready to go, Black family. I love you to pieces. I was going to say some other things today, but you know I'm way over right now. I plan to come to you tomorrow, inshallah. So don't forget to tune into the Vicki Show tomorrow, perhaps 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. If I go a little early, I will do my best to let you know. Again, I'm not the only queen here, so make sure that you hit to receive all notifications so that you will receive the heads up when they go live, even though no notifications went out today. But set your clocks, family. Thank you so much. I love you all so much. You are my bliss, and you are why I do what I do. Again, don't forget to share this out. Let everybody know to tune in to the Vicki Show. We're changing lives. I am so honored to not only be on this platform, but the other places where my show and my content is carried. It's an honor. It's an honor. Thank you all for your kind words. Every one of you that supported this network, thank you so much. For those of you that commented, thank you. For those of you that shared, thank you. For those that said talk black to me, thank you. For those of you that gave a thumbs up or a thumbs down, thank you. Every bit of it matters. Every bit of it. Thank you so much for your gifts. I came to you in peace. I leave you in peace.